Oh, hey guys. This week in the shop, we're going to start episode 2 of the camper build. Alright guys, since we're already outside, I'll go ahead and give you a quick walk around of the trailer. You can see the open area in the front where our camper's going to be. I've reinforced it a fair amount through the years. I added all this angle iron on the sides. Going to be toolboxes once I get that closed in. Of course, underneath all the snow, there's my deck where the Jeep goes. Get back to the back here. We got about a 2-foot dovetail that I've built storage for my ramps inside. Works out great. It's a good trailer. It'll make a nice platform for the crawler hauler. Nice cold, snowy Pennsylvania day, but we found us a donor for our windows here. Old derelict Dutchman camper. Gonna pull this back window here that's all buried in snow. This matching one on the corner and that little one up front. Alright, today we're going to work on building some frames for these windows. We're going to start with 1/2-inch plywood, go with 2 layers per window to match the 1-inch thickness of our walls. So you need to figure out our opening for inside here. This one measures about 35 3/4 on our width and right about 22 on the height. So I've laid out our cutout on this 1/2-inch plywood, throwing all my radii in the corners using an air filter because it was the right diameter. Use what you have, right? So that's going to fit in my corners. We'll be able to trace that out and get a nice consistent radius. Okay, once we've made all of our cuts, this centerpiece just pops right out. And there we have our window frame. Okay, this should fit right over our window. Alright, that fits good. It's our second piece to get us our thickness of our walls. So the window is actually a little thicker than our wall, which will work out really nice because I can build a finished trim piece that'll fit right around that edge and seal it up real nice. Oh yeah, the big ones fit just as good. Looks like I can measure. We're going to use this Titebond wood glue again and put a thin layer of glue around this entire surface. I'm just going to spread that around with a cheap paintbrush. Alright, once we have the glue spread out, we're going to flip this other piece on here, get our edges lined up. Now that that's lined up good, we're just going to start shooting in some brads. Alright, I'm going to apply some pressure here while I'm shooting the brad just to make sure the glue bonds well. Alright, that should hold together just fine. I had to enlist the help of a few friends to get the frame moved onto the floor. Ready to go up, Steve?
1 second.
Yep. Set it down.
Slide through the corner here. Oh! Got that one?
Line her right up the edge. Like that.
I got her.
Beautiful. Here I'm painting on more glue and again using brad nails to attach the walls to the floor. Alright, that means that was the last of the brads, last of the gluing, so the entire frame is now attached to the floor. So sitting for a few years was not good for this frame. It sagged, it was leaning to the one side, it was pretty crooked. So I'm using some string tied off to the corners on that end, all the way up to the tops on this end. I pulled everything over until I got it square. Let's see if that focuses. So it's pretty close to square. I think it's going to get a little better when I apply my wood. Being that it goes around that radius, I'm going to start off with the second post, make sure it's square there, and once it wraps around, it should pull everything back into shape. Alright guys, this is going to wrap up episode 2 of the Crawler Hauler project. Long ways to go, but I feel good. We got a lot accomplished this week. Got the windows all done, got the frame stood up, but we're going wheeling this weekend, and the Jeep needs a little bit of attention, so I need to switch gears, get on that. So probably get some wheeling videos coming up next. After that, we'll get back on the Crawler Hauler. So go ahead and hit like. Please leave a comment. Love to hear your feedback. Doing something wrong, could do something better. Anything to help out on the camper build. I'm not a woodworking guy, so take all the advice I can get.